Yo, I'm in the middle of the city. There's no reason for me not to have service. It's crazy. I held that up for the thumbnail. Hopefully that works. Look, guys. So, rule number one: always keep cash on you, no matter what. Even if you don't plan on using it, just keep it around you. Keep it like, okay, so I got some right here. I face this 100 thing to the outside. It's kind of symbolic in a way. I got some down here. Not a lot, but I got a one on the side. I'll bet you I got some up in here. I bet you. Yeah, okay. I got a little something. I got some coins, just like, change. And then I have, I don't know, just a mix of hundreds and 20s and 10s, 5 ones. So rule number one, keep money just everywhere. Don't worry, only keep enough to where you don't mind if it gets stolen. But just have it around you. Just be comfortable around it. And I learned some of this stuff from Dan Kennedy back in the day, and it resonated with me. Even though that I don't think Dan Kennedy is necessarily a good person, but he definitely understands the mechanics of money's easy to make, it's easy to replace. Easy to make, easy to replace. If you doubt that, well then go work a job for a couple weeks and more money starts showing up. It's easy. Now if we're talking a lot of money, well then maybe you have an argument. I'm not even going to go there, but so making it's easy. It's extra easy if you work a lot. Obviously, it's even easier if you can pick things that will make you a lot. All of these things are very obvious, guys. But what's hard for a lot of people is to make a lot of it. And what helped me make a lot of it is that I think in terms of a high financial floor of what is acceptable, and then my thoughts work backwards automatically from there to think, how am I going to get there? So with phone flipping, I probably was stuck around $6 to $8 grand a month in profit for a while. But the whole time I was thinking, and I had examples very early on of $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day, $30,000 a month. We're talking net profit after paying people and all that. We're not talking about this nonsense where you act like you did 30,000 in sales and that means you made 30,000. It's ridiculous. And so, and maybe that's right, maybe that's low, but it's higher. Let's say it's higher than most people, maybe higher than you watching this video. You're just trying to stretch out, 3 to 5K and thinking, okay, if I get 3 to 5K, I can quit my job. And that's good too. So you go in steps. And once you hit 3 to 5K, you look at someone making 30K and you think, even if you're very secure in your ability to earn money, how many people earn 30K? 1% maybe? And chances are you don't know any percent that earn that much, that you're friends with. And so the likelihood of you doing it is low. But you think in terms of how do I get to 1,000 a day? Who's doing 1,000 a day? Who's doing more than that? And how do I get there? How many phones is that? How much per phone? How can I make more per phone? How do I get more phones? How do I sell more? Sell them for more? Do I fix them? Do I advertising works here? Would it work here? Would it work over there? Would it work if I just did them all? Should I just when I'm slow, do I go talk to people? So you're just constantly chipping away. And one of the hardest parts about making a lot of money is most of the things you do either won't work ever, or they definitely almost never going to work right away. And the ones that do are the easiest to copy, so they're the fastest to go away. So you've got this conundrum. Is that the word? You got a conundrum here. You have a way that's very hard that'll work eventually, but you have to get past very hard, or you have a way that's very easy, but if it's easy for you, that means it's easy for the next guy. So now you got a problem. You have a solution up front because you can rock it. But somebody comes in your area and they're savage, or 10 people come in your area and they're savages, you're going to have some problems. Or they figure out all the methods you're doing because I'm teaching them exactly what to do. Okay, so that's part of making it. All these things matter, by the way. All these things matter. This is like a full picture that you have to put together to your own little formula of how you're going to like make this work for you. Because the truth is, it's usually going to be some of my experience mixed with some of your own personal experience, mixed with the next guy, the next guy, the next guy. And you're all going to just kind of make your own charcuterie board of your own methods. And that's fine. I got my own methods. Probably 100% of them aren't mine. They're just, pieces from other people throughout time and history. That is how it works. Nothing is original. I don't claim that it is. Anything I'm saying, I probably learned somewhere. That's how life works, and that's okay. But you're hearing it from me, aren't you? You're hearing it from me. Otherwise, you might not hear it because you don't follow anybody else or whatever the case may be. So then you've got giving it away. The way I've decided to go about this is not so systematic yet. Ideally, you have a percent that you put in an account, and then that's your account that you just have to drain by giving it all away. What I currently do is I look for someone that lost a loved one, and I'm hitting them up. Or if someone has cancer, or someone has an injury, somebody stole from somebody at my gym, they're getting a sign, she says $1,200. And she goes, I don't know where I'm going to get the money from. And I'm like, I have the money in my truck. If it wasn't weird, I would just go get it and give it to her. But I gave her $100. I'll probably give her more. I'm just trying to see, I want everybody to have a chance to pitch in. People like pitching in. I don't want to take that away from them. And I also want to give money to other people too as well. But I gave $112 on the spot. Boom. Yes. My friend's kid died the other day, tragically. And it's horrible. But I'm like hitting him up. I hadn't gotten in touch with him yet. But I'm like, do you want money? Like, I don't know. Maybe you don't want money. Maybe there's something else I can get for you that's meaningful. Maybe you just don't need money, right? And that's fine too. If you don't need money, cool. But I'm looking at people's posts, and I'm trying to swoop in, and that's where my money goes. And I've had instances where I've had paid students. I've done it both ways. I've had paid students that said later on they couldn't afford future things that I was charging them for. And I had to come back and give it to them for free because now they're struggling. Well, they already paid me money. I mean, they don't, they don't pay me again. If they're struggling and they tell me their story, perfect opportunity. And it's just so good. It's just so good, y'all. And so I'll give them my coaching services for free. One guy, I gave him my coaching services for free, and I bought him an item to sell that I was coaching on. I did, because one's not like, I'm giving my time away for free. It's not that much time. Doesn't feel like good, but it did feel good to be like, hey, here's the method, here's the item, let's go. And now he's selling that item, he's making extra money for his family, and he's getting after it for his family. And that is badass. That is badass. And you know what? The other thing is, even if he wasn't getting at it for his family, that's not my concern. So if you're going to give money away, you cannot have it's called covert contracts. If you have covert contracts, that means you're giving them money and you're expecting them to act in a certain way. You cannot do that. It will ruin your life. It will ruin your friendship. And it'll throw them off their game because they're not you. They got different ideas. They have money problems for a reason. Maybe they're just not good with money, or maybe they're just going through a hard time. None of that has anything to do with the reason that you give them money. You give them money mostly for yourself. It's kind of a selfish pursuit because you have money. You are blessed. You are blessed for a reason. You are blessed to bless others. And money is very transient. You're going to give that money to somebody. It's only just your turn. So you're going to have that money for a little bit, and then it's going to be somebody else's turn, and it's going to be somebody else's turn. And you may as well keep it flowing. You can't dam up money and just stop it at you, so you keep it flowing. That's the next rule about money. Keep it flowing. You're never going to go broke because you gave away too much money. you're going to go broke because you didn't make enough, or you made bad investments, or your investments were good and now they're not good. It's never going to be because you gave a friend $100 or $1,000. Never. So you can drop that fear. So you have to drop the fear around like giving away your money. It is not your money. It's just kind of your turn. All right. Loaning money. Loaning money is something that you use as a tool. And if you ask me, you want to use it sparingly. If you have money already, you don't necessarily want to loan money, because then you're paying for money that you already have. And then loaning money bonds you like a slave, not an actual slave. Calm down. But you are like a slave until you are in bondage, spiritual bondage, until you pay that money back. All right? That's why people that make a ton of money, they can't ever stop. And they have no peace because they are in bondage to the people that they owe. This is why I owe no money. And if I ever do, I'm going to be the fastest hands in the South of paying that money back. I'll probably take out a little bit of loan for my house. Let's say a couple of $100,000. Let's call it let's keep it at around $1,500 payment a month. $1,500. You think I'm ever going to make a $1,500 payment on that thing? No. I'm going to make a $5,000 payment on that thing or a $10,000 payment on that thing until it goes away. And it won't be long. It's going to be a 3 to 5 year tops ordeal where that deal goes away. And sure, I might finance it for 30 years to keep my payments low, but I am going hog wild on that payment. And we're making that thing disappear. So if you're going to loan money, you just have to know the rules. You're in bondage now. You gotta make as much money as you can to make that go away and never ever have to do that again. All right. There was another point. Making it, spending it. Yeah. You know, nice things aren't going to make you happy. You know when you buy your kid a toy and then they play with it for a day and then they want a new toy? That's money. That is how money works. You're never going to be more happy. You'll be a little less stressed. My buddy called me yesterday. He's making $3,000 a month. I told him, look, if you can get it to $6,000 a month, that'll be your next level of happiness. It won't get much better than that. From there, you need to figure out how to make $6,000 on your side hustle. That'll be your next highest level of happiness. And then if you can make $12,000 and then give 6 away, that'll be your next level of happiness. You see the progression here? There's a little bit of a progression there. And I'm in the phase where I'm making enough with something I enjoy to give money away. I'm at a high level of money buying me happiness. And I want that for you guys. I got to run. Peace.